those controversial airport body scanners are on their way out. The TSA now swapping those machines showing you in your birthday suit for ones that don't take such graphic pictures. Not as much of you in your birthday suit. I hate to say this, but I told you so. I know the maker of these machines said, well, they're not going to record anything. But there is going to be an image, and there is going to be a saved image. This is what I wear underneath my outfit, just so you guys know. The rebel, Neil. Look, bottom line, our bottoms are online, my friends. The TSA really is into TNA, and I told you it would happen. Well, I warned them. The judge says, look what happened now. The judge also warning about these things. I guess the question now, Judge, what do they go to instead?
Well, they haven't told us, but my guess is they're going to go to either a dialed-back version of this, which won't reveal as much graphic information about our bodily parts as these ones do, or to the old metal magnetometers, which really show them what they need to see, which is metal. Look, I'm not in favor of the magnetometers. In my view, all of this is unconstitutional and unlawful. The Fourth Amendment actually absolutely prohibits it, and it is insane for the government to assume the responsibility for safety in the air. Safety in the
But I mean, you also have to balance that with safety then, right? To that point, I mean, which wins out? I mean, would you live with this if it means that the alternative is the plane isn't blowing up with someone sneaking stuff?
Well, that's not the alternative. The alternative is the airlines, which have the most to gain and the most to lose, maintain their own security. The government security personnel, as we know from Newark Airport, out of which you and I fly all the time, is reprehensible. But I mean, look at these images that they. I don't know how useful these images can be, because I don't know if that's a human being or an alien. So I don't know how helpful it is. Okay, that is a photograph of an image. If you were actually looking at the images, I've seen these up close. Really? You would see a great deal more.
I'm going to leave it at that, Judge.
A great deal more detail than we see.
All right, but they have to find out something. See, they can even digitize it for us, which I think is good. Pixelate, you know,
by their own statute. Put aside whether the statute is constitutional, but by their own statute, all they have to find is an instrument that can harm someone else. They don't need to see body shapes. They don't need to see pornographic images. They only need to know if you have explosive or if you have metal on it. Now, when you approach the government and you go like this, is this the position of a free person who raises his hands in command to the government? Not in the America you and I were born and raised.
So when you go in one of those machines, do you give them this? Well, you just get in there.
Well, you know, I don't want to explain on television the run-ins that I've had with them. But let's say I do a lot of flying, and they're familiar with my opinions of their work and the constitutionality of their organization. Some of them agree with
the judge goes by private jet.
Some of them agree with my opinions, and some of them don't.
Well, it's their hassle if they do, because you would be the most hellish person to come across that line. Judge.
As far as I know, they don't have any pornographic pictures of me. Not a pretty thought.
Well, you know, they do with me.